made with respect to responsible and sustainable growth, and certainly this is one of them. The Bay Beach development is one of them, and I can unequivocally say that it is a response.
The current motion on the floor, Madam Clerk, you'd like to have the motion read again just for clarity because of the inconsistency the last time. So the motion that was to reconsider that was on the floor, the motion was on the floor. Do we have a mover for it? Let me get to do the original motion. Okay, can I have the mover and the seconder who moved the motion from closed session? Well, I just think it'd probably be easier because those are the two I prefer to put it on. Councillors, I believe Councillors Passero and Councillor Schuler put the motion on to proceed with the Molinaro group. That's what the motion is on the floor. Now, if we're going to defeat this motion, then am I clear on this now? Then if you want to change the motion, then defeat this motion. The Treasurer has indicated she would like a source of funding, but that is not coming forward. So therefore, then there will be another motion coming on to direct us in a different way. So the motion that is on the floor is to proceed as we did, coming up, rising with the report out of the meeting on Wednesday. All those in favor of that motion? Those opposed? It is defeated. Now, Councillor Collard, do you wish to put a new motion on the floor?
Thank you, Your Worship. I'd like to make a motion that Council hereby moves that we begin the process to repeal Bylaw 2610 and further direct staff to commence the public notice process pursuant to the Planning Act RSO 1990. And further moves for more certainty that upon repeal, the town's comprehensive zoning bylaw number 129-90 be the same as it was on February 28, 2010, as if this bylaw 2610 was never enacted except for any other specific amendments enacted by the Council on or before March 1st, 2010. And further moves that during the consultative process, the Council will discuss with the Molinaro Group other alternatives to the current development.
That motion is on the floor. Did someone second that? Councillor Lewis, speaker of that motion. Seeing none, call for a registered vote.
Yes, Your Worship, Councillor Lewis, Councillor Schuler, Councillor Hill, Councillor Passero.
No.
Councillor Steckley.
Yes.
Councillor Collard. Your Worship. Your Worship, the vote carries.
Thank you. Any other new business? Councillor, I think we're in contravention of the act, but it was the council that made that decision. Councillor Schuler, those that voted in favor of that will be responsible for those actions. Councillor Lubitsch, you have a new business.
Yes, thank you, Mayor Martin. And I have a motion that I'd like to have dealt with tonight, and so I'm asking that we waive the rules of procedure.
There a seconder? Oh, I'm just wondering, like, I don't know what the motion is. You're bringing a motion on the floor. I think we got to hear what you're talking about before we can.
Okay, again, thank you, Mayor Martin. Again, I'd like to make a motion that Council hereby gives notice of its intent to contact an independent third-party law firm to review the purchase and sale agreement and other relevant documents that pertain to the Bay Beach Molinaro development. Council will provide with a list of all options available and any possible legal financial implications of these options. Council will obtain 3 quotes from different law firms that deal in corporate law and will choose the successful firm based on the cost, ability to do the requested work, and the time frame needed to complete the requested work. Funding for this request could be generated from the annual slot revenue the town receives.
Councillor Lewis, there would have to be notice of reconsideration because it was a decided matter at the last meeting.
Mayor Martin, I think...
Motion to reconsider? Madam Clerk, is this a motion to reconsider because it was originally presented and withdrawn? She's looking it up now. If the members of the audience want to leave at any time, they may. If you want to stay, would you please honor the decorum of this council? Chambers. Okay, is that a reconsideration? Thank you, Councillor. Councillor Luberts, that motion is on the floor. Speakers to that motion. Councillor Stackley.
Thank you, Mayor Martin. I'll be in favor of this, as I've said all along. I feel for myself I need outside legal representation on this. If we had been granted that last week, it probably would have already been completed by now. We may not be in the position we're in now. Who knows? I've said in my opening statement that in the event outside legal representation comes back and tells me that our hands are tied or it's going to cost the town too much money or put the town in such a legal position that I can't live with that, I will change my vote and vote to move ahead with the development as is. So if we're sure that there is nothing in the agreement that we can back out on, then what is the harm in allowing us to obtain some outside legal representation on this so that we feel more comfortable with the issue?
Councillor Passero.
Thank you, Mayor Martin. I won't be in support of this for the same reasons as of Monday night, but I did want to speak to the funding source. I have a great deal of difficulty dipping into the slot revenue as our piggy bank, as currently that slot revenue is earmarked for the Fire Facility Reserve Fund. If it is the will of this council to take the $20,000 for outside legal representation, I would ask that that just be tacked on to the general levy. And if you'd like to do it in advance of the budget process, as much as I disagree with that, if the 4 votes are here to do it, let's do it, add it onto the general levy, put it on the tax bill. But to look at the slots as a slush fund for something like this and take it from fire facility reserves, I disagree with that. We already took $150,000 to supplement the racetrack. The reason we made that decision was collectively we knew no racetrack, probably no slots, no money at all. So it was worth it to give the $150 back to keep the other $1.3 flowing. This is a different situation. This is just a one-off looking for $20,000. Put it on the general levy. Please do not take it away from the Fire Facility Reserve Fund. We need a new station, new equipment coming down the line. $20,000 can get new Jaws of Life equipment. This is not the proper allocation for the $20,000. Thank you.
Anything further from anyone? I would just make comment on the fact that I will not be supportive of this for the same reasons I brought up last night. In an era where everything I've heard from the elected councillors are about financial and fiscal responsibility, it seems that everything that has come out has shown the exact opposite. So therefore I will not be spending more money. I agree 100% with Councillor Passero. If you're going to do this, be upfront. Tell the taxpayer where the dollars are coming from. If you're so confident that you're going to get the resources coming in to say that we're going to support this, and we back you on this 100%, I don't mind my taxes going up, then be upfront and tell the people that. Don't take it from a reserve fund that was earmarked for other projects that we had going. I will not be supportive of it. Is there, Madam Clerk, a registered vote, please?
Councillor Luberts.
Yes.
Councillor Schuler. Councillor Hill. Councillor Passero.
No.
Councillor Steckley. Councillor Collard. Worship.
No.
Your Worship, the vote carries.
Any other surprises from members of council? Funny how you guys do it, it's all okay, but I say it and suddenly I'm, yeah, right, exactly. Apparently I'm not. Anyhow, let's move forward. Is there any other new business? If there's no other business, then I would ask the treasurer to provide for us at the next committee meeting the potential costs of the decisions that we made here this evening, to come back at the report to show us the impact of the decisions that we made this evening. Because I think that needs a full and fulsome discussion so that everyone is exactly aware of the decisions that were made this evening. Anything else in the new business? Scheduling meetings, other than the ones we announced at the beginning of the, Councillor?
I have notes all over the place, but I do know that we have an infrastructure services subcommittee meeting tomorrow. I'm going to look to Councillor Schuler for the time. 8:30 a.m. 9 a.m. You can sleep in, Councillor Schuler.
Tell Councillor Schuler 8:30. Councillor Steckling?
We have a Fort Erie nonprofit housing meeting tomorrow at 9 o'clock.
Anything further? Seeing none, a motion to adjourn. Councillor Butler?
Thank you, Your Worship. Moved by myself, seconded by Councillor Hill, that the Municipal Council of the Town of Fort Erie hereby adjourns at 9:34 p.m. to convene into regular council, a meeting of council on Monday, February 28, 2011 at 6 p.m.